Joining us now is Kelly Harris from the 1976 team. Let's put that down by your mouth there so we can hear you. All right. 50 years ago, you played BYU football, Mr. Harris. Can you believe it's been 50 years?
Long time ago. It's I have to kind of just look around and be thankful for it that on this side of the ground.
There you go. You're standing upright. What do you remember 50 years ago about BYU football and compare it to how huge it is today?
Well, I mean, I was in Lavelle's first recruiting class, so it was all new territory. I had known Tommy Hudspeth because he had a son that played high school ball with us at Provo High School. But it's nothing like it was back then, which is good to look at the progress that's happened over the years. And it's nice to feel like you were part of something that grew it that way.
Oh, yeah, to levels that might be considered unimaginable for some people. I don't know about you, Kelly. Kelly Harris from the 1976 team joining us. When Coach Edwards was going through his retirement, he announced it early in August during training camp that season would be his last season. So a lot of questions, and I was a sports writer for the Salt Lake Tribune at the time, so I was covering the team at that point, and he was getting a lot of questions about, what memories he's going to have. And and he said it consistently. He always said the same thing when anybody would ask him the question. The thing that he was most proud of, it's hard to remember all the wins and all the experiences, right? But he said that the thing that he was most proud of is that he made Saturdays in Provo, Utah, and the surrounding area, he made it an experience. Game day for BYU football became an event where it hadn't been. Is that something that you were able, and those were in the early days, to be able to experience?
It still is. Yeah. I mean, to be part of that, and it was always something special. But to see where it's progressed from in 76 to where it is now, there's nothing comparative except the feeling. The feeling is still there. And it was always kind of just a magical time on a Saturday afternoon. Most of the time back then. Yeah.
You played. I believe you played offensive line. Is that correct?
Yes, offensive tackle.
See, this is why I like you already. But I like to inflict a little bit of pain on my cohort here. Do you remember the Arizona State game where you're down 21-10 and then stormed back to win?
Grad, so. They had to pick the 76 team.
Tell me a little bit. Tell me a little bit about
Devils in Provo.
Beating down the Sun Devils. Tell me a little bit about that.
42-23.
It was huge. I mean, that was really our signature game from that year, and really propelled us into a situation to be bowl eligible and to then eventually go to the Tangerine Bowl. So,
right. And in all seriousness, I was a huge fan growing up here in the state of Utah. Now, I was only 2 in 1976, so I don't remember
that
you
really
as well.
Makes me feel good.
But my earliest memories are like Mark Wilson and Jim McMahon.
Yeah.
But Gifford, I mean, Gary Scheide gets a lot of credit, but Gifford was kind of the one that really started to give the name to the BYU quarterback.
For sure.
What was it like playing with him? Was he everything that everybody says?
Gifford and I grew up together. We played against each other, and flag football started in the 4th grade. But then in junior high, where we came together, we did all sports all year, went to Provo High, played together. There were actually 5 or 6 of us off our high school team our senior year that ended up going to BYU and playing, which it was not a pact, but we kind of all decided that would be a fun thing to do together. And so, I've known Gifford forever. In fact, I just talked to him 20 minutes before I got here. He's down in St. George today, but
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kalani Sitake. He is a true disciple in virtually every sense of the word of Lavelle Edwards. They'd had a couple of coaches that were not so-called BYU guys. They weren't Lavelle Edwards guys. They didn't play for him. And so now you have a direct connection for somebody like you who played for him and now here we are 50 years later, and you have somebody who played for him, would have been, probably 15, 20 years after that. What does it mean to so-called have a BYU guy running the program for people like you who went to Provo High, played at BYU? You're obviously a BYU guy through and through.
Yeah, it's special, and it feels right. That's not taken away from any of the other coaches that have been here, but
Right.
But it just feels right, and Kalani has embraced a lot of the things that remind me of the way Lavelle approached things, which were not the same. I mean, I think prior coaching staffs were trying to differentiate themselves rather than embrace the past.
Yeah.
And I really feel like Kalani's done that.
Yeah.
I think just personally watching Kalani for that one semester I was at BYU, the one thing I can say about Kalani, lifting was optional under Coach Lavelle. It was really surprising to me because every other place I'd been, like if you weren't in the weight room, he just kind of treated you guys like men. One of the guys that was always there was Kalani Sitake. Yeah. Every time I went to the weight room, every time I was working out, like Kalani was there. And he's such a hard worker, and I think he really looked up to and even emulates today Coach Lavelle. But I think one of his best talents is to be able to connect his team from 1996, that was such a great team, the past, the future, and he's just a great ambassador. But he's also a really good recruiter and a really good football coach.
It's funny you mentioned the weightlifting, and when you say it was optional with Lavelle, yeah, they'd kind of point and say, "There's the weight room."
Right.
I mean, there was no conditioning, weightlifting coach or anything like that. But my junior year, the '76 year, they purchased Nautilus equipment, and the only other program in the whole country was Miami, the University of Miami, that had Nautilus equipment. It was a new thing. And there was a circuit of about 10 machines that you'd roll through. And boy, was it scheduled. You had your time that you checked in at the door. There was a coach there that checked your name off. There was a coach at every station monitoring your lift. And it really changed at that point as far as how weightlifting became part of the program. And it certainly grew from there, but that was really the start.
That wasn't until your junior year.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, I probably didn't lift a weight until I got to BYU. And, in high school, there were a few weights in the wrestling room that you never went in. You want to stay as far away from the wrestling mat.
Yeah, because they're going to make you run.
Exactly.
Wow, that's crazy to think of.
Yeah.
That there's been that much advancement and how important. Now you go to high schools and they have massive weight rooms. They look like college weight rooms.
The weight rooms in any high school program, probably 4A or up in the state of Utah, is bigger than what we used to have at BYU.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy to see that. You okay with BYU has made a massive investment into the football program. As a media member, I love it to see how that's going down.
Yeah, I mean it's fun, it's exciting, it generates a lot of fan interest. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you talking with us this morning as you, I guess they're honoring the 50-year team.
Yeah, if I can just shout out any of teammates from that 76 team, we're looking for you. We've got a dinner and a game on the 11th and 12th of September. Reach out to us and let us know if you want to come.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, PK. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate it.
That's Gary Harris, offensive lineman from 50 years ago. Wow, the advancements that BYU had. Go ahead. He wants to give us some more information.
No. He thinks he grabbed your phone.
Oh, you grabbed my phone. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. That's my wife right there. Okay, we're going to go to a break and see if we can get some more people coming on here before they get started. Stay with us, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.